Exactly. I am Margarita, your tour guide, of course, on this excursion, and our driver's name is Tassos.
Good morning,
Nice. Tassos will drive us all around the island, of course. And to give you an idea of the plan for this morning, do you remember what you booked? So. So, if you can see, we do have a map of Santorini here at the front of the bus. So, right now we are on this side. This is the main port of Santorini, the port of Athenios. And first, we're going to drive all the way to the village of Ia. The village of Ia, first of all, you can see it on our left-hand side as we exit the port at the very end of the island. You see those white buildings up on the rim at the far end of the island? This is the beautiful village of Ia. And you know, the village of Ia, even if it's your first time on the island, it will look familiar because, you know, most of the photos you've seen in postcards, in advertisements, on social media from this island, they are taken from that beautiful village. You know, the blue dome churches with the whitewashed houses, they're over there. So, I'm sure you're going to have a great time there. You're going to have quite some free time too to explore the village. And after we visit Ia, we drive back to this area. There is the capital of Santorini, the village of Fira. So, in Fira, we're going to get again to the old part of the village. You're going to have a little bit of free time as well. Not as much as Ia, a little bit less, but still some free time to explore and enjoy the village and the nice views. And afterwards, we're going to drive back to this port we leave behind us right now, and a tender boat will be waiting for you to get you back to the cruise ship. Okay? This is the plan for this morning. Fairly simple, of course. The cable car is not working now. Now, I was born here, so a few more years on the island. I'm actually related to half the people of the island, I think so. Now, let me tell you some general information about the island. First thing you should know about Santorini is that when we say Santorini, we actually mean a complex of 5 islands. Okay? At the moment, we are on the main island, which is called Thera. So looking at the map, this is Thera. Okay? Thera has a surface of 76 square kilometers. There are 14 villages on top of this island, and we are approximately 20,000 people living here all year long, not counting you guys visiting, just us locals. Now, the rest of the islands, we have excellent views from this road. So, looking on the right-hand side, just behind your cruise ship, you see this island. This is the active volcano of Santorini. It is the volcano of Nea Kameni. Nea Kameni, the name, translates to newly burned. And this volcano is the result of 6 different volcanic eruptions in time. First one was, okay, and that's when those parts pre-existed in volcanic eruption. The rest of the eruptions in time, first one was 46 AD, last one 726. A lot of people still visit this volcano because it's got thermal springs. So people enjoy swimming there. Temperature of the waters at the springs of Nea Kameni, they are about 8 to 10 degrees Celsius warmer than the surrounding sea. And they also contain high quantities of iron oxide, just the right amount of sulfur. So it is good for the skin to swim at the springs. And a lot of people, of course, enjoy that. Behind the 2 volcanoes, the bigger island you see, with the village up on the rim, it's called Thirasia. You can see it on the map, of course, over here. Thirasia has 3 villages up on top. and about 300 people, just a few families. Because, Thirasia, even though it's so close to the main island of Santorini, it's not really a touristic village, island, No, it's just the last few years it started developing slowly, the Thirasia. I mean, they planned them around the main streets, and imagine, before the earthquake of 1956 that I mentioned, if you remember that strong earthquake, Santorini did not have roads connecting the villages. People, they were going around using donkeys, mules, horses. They had trails. There was no electricity either. So after the earthquake, because of course the people were devastated, most people were homeless, their homes suffered great damages, the state came to help. And first thing they did was to build the roads, to open roads so they could bring aid and connect the villages. And then over the years they built the power plant for electricity. But so like this, after around 70s they start planting the eucalyptus trees around the main streets. So they're quite this is the age actually of eucalyptus trees. Now what you see here on the right side, you see how we're missing the soil? This is a really big mine of volcanic ash and pumice stone. We used to mine the soil of Santorini because they would make cement, they would add it to cement. The volcanic ash of the island, the pumice stone, it's 69% silica. That is excellent. There are a million uses for it. They can use it for insulation. They add it though also to cement to make it really flexible and great for underwater constructions. And you should know the Suez Canal in Egypt was built with cement taken only from this island, only from Santorini. So they used to have 5 mines on the cliffside of the island, in the caldera, and they would take the volcanic ash, the top layer, and they would lower it down to the sea level, and ships would come and take it to Egypt. The mining of pumice and volcanic ash on the island was forbidden in 1980. So ever since, all the mines closed on the island, and it's not allowed also today to export the soil of the island anymore. The reason, of course, I have to say, it started due to the fact that they discovered the prehistoric village of Akrotiri, so the civilization from 3000 years BC, and obviously they couldn't be as careful as the archaeologists at the mines with the brushes. So of course they stopped mining because they would get to the soil that those people were living. So, and actually in one of the mines they already found settlements from that era, so they stopped not to destroy any archaeology. Is August is very busy. So after, let's say, my recommendation to visit the island, to be less steps than this side, of course. Now, the Blue Dome churches, the 3 Blue Dome churches you see in the postcards, they're very close. You see this church with the blue dome? Immediately after the church, you turn left. A few steps down, you'll enjoy that nice view of the 3 Blue Dome churches on your right-hand side. Okay? Again, it's a dead end. So, you enjoy the view, you come up on the Marble Street. You take the next alley left, you'll be on top of those 3 Blue Domes. And the alley after that, you see them on your left. So there are 3 alleys, 3 points of view of the same churches underneath. So these are nice viewpoints. You can check them out because of course they get busy. I mean, as groups go, everybody wants to have those photos. A little bit of where we are belonging, because it's going to get busier inside.
นี่จะขายของอยู่ตลาดเขาเองเลย
找一个我说了，早上你开这过来，白汤的，sotto。
Vuoi per il mare? Vieni no. C'è il mare. Vabbè dai, tanto.
ลงไป
Tanto è trafficato.
เอียเมืองเอียนี่เธอห้องก็มีหมองน้ำจะมีผู้นี่อยู่ก่อนยืนยังไม่ดมเลยเป็นวัดนี่ที่คอยลมบีบๆเมืองในเมืองเอีย OIE แต่ spell OIE แต่อ่านว่าเอีย
ถ่ายรูปดีดงเชิด
บ่เห็นนะเขาเอา
ขึ้นไปถึงขึ้นไปก้อนคนนี้ไร
นี่เธอห้องก็มีหมองน้ำเดี๋ยวขายไอศกรีมเนาะเดี๋ยวกลัวนี่Special Spectral
กินไหน
เมื่อกี้เหรอ
อิ่มแล้ว
เขาก็เป็นวัดครับเมื่อกี้น่ะเย็นเป็นวัดอ๋ออยู่ครับเบิ้ลห้องไหนน้อง
You know, like the blue dome church?
Eat.
breakfast. Thank you so much. Have a good day, sir.
Không năm.
À vậy?
Đi gần bát đừng lại xe thôi đấy.